Welcome to Art in the Dark, where we dive into the weird, the wild, and sometimes absurd world of art. Today we're talking about a $150,000 banana, Banksy's ultimate trolling with Love is in the Bin, whether AI generated art is creative genius or just a lazy hack, plus, at the end, I'll let you know a few YouTubers who I think you should be watching instead of me. But don't leave yet. Stick around, hit the buttons, do the things, and let's start the show.
Art in the dark, it's time to let that creative energy spark. Art in the dark, just put that digital pen on the mark. Art in the dark, with a little bit of humor and a little bit of snark. Art in the dark, art in the dark. Art in the dark, art in the dark. With your host Joseph Finchum, you all rock, you're all awesome, and together we'll make great art. Right here on Art in the Dark. Art in the Dark.
Okay, was that a little too much? I don't know. But we're having fun here on this show. So, let me just start by saying everything that could go wrong went wrong today. There was a glitch with one of my tests, which forced it into the actual stream that I had scheduled and posted first. And that went way wrong, so I had to reschedule it. So I hope everyone's finding it okay. I did repost the links and correct all the links everywhere, so who knows? We'll see what happens. Okay. What is Art in the Dark? Art in the Dark is a discussion show with me and you guys, and you'll be in the chat, and I'm reading the chat. Let me say hello to Starving Artist, and Wildflower, and Clark Fine Art, and Boo Peep, and anyone else who's there but lurking. How you all doing? We're gonna have some fun today. So what is this show? I don't know. I have a basic format set up for tonight, but we'll see how it goes and where it goes, and things may change in the future. Right now, this is the first show, so I'm going to do it solo, but in the future, we could have either guests, or maybe we could have guest co-hosts for individual episodes, or even both. I don't know. But, with you guys helping me, we're going to dictate how this goes, and we'll try and have some fun with it. Okay, so we'll switch over to this screen. Look at me pressing my own buttons, Clark Fine Art. The intro song was created with AI. So there are some things even I am using it for. I'm not going to completely poop on AI. There are some things I think it should be used for and not, but we'll get into that later. So proud of you, says Clark Fine Art. Thank you. Okay, so starting off, let me grab my little pen thing, my digital pen here. Starting off, I don't know which piece I want to work on in the background. There are three of them. There is an easy one, a medium one, and a difficult one. So here is the medium one. If you can't see it, it's JZTR. That's the thing that I write. Stands for Jester, Dead Jester. Dead Jester is my moniker on some social media things and whatnot. This is the easy one. This is the medium one, which has a little bit more things to do. And then there's the really hard one, which is, I have to turn these two off and turn on this one, which is way more complicated. So, you guys are going to, I'm about to share a poll. If I can find my mouse, there it is. Okay, the poll is engaged, whichever one you think would be best. Also, there is background music, if you can hear that. I don't know if you can. Let me know if it's too loud or too soft. And we'll get going on some of this stuff. How are we doing on this poll already? Oh, we're going hard, I guess. Okay. We can do this. Okay, so now the discussions for tonight, the $150,000 banana. Let me just quickly switch the screen and I'll bring up a picture of it. This is what we're talking about. This is a so-called art piece by Maurizio Catalan, something like that. I probably butchered his name. I don't know. Yeah. So, they talk about this thing, like, some people, obviously say it's not art and it's stupid. And some people say it's a brilliant work of conceptual art. I want to know what you guys think of it. That's what I get for polling. Yes. Thank you, Wildflower. So, the thing I hear the most, and I'll take that picture away, bring this up. There are videos, other people have spoken highly and frequently about this art piece. And this lady here, this lady over here, she doesn't praise it, nor does she poop on it. So, I'll give her credit for that. She just kind of tries to explain it through the eyes of the art world and a little bit of the layman who is not part of the art world. See, and that's part of the thing. Starving Artist just said, and the eating of the $150,000 banana by the Korean student. Yes, that happened. But when it was first shown in Miami, it was a different person who walked over and ate it. It's actually in this part of the video. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. I have it here somewhere, don't I? Maybe not. Okay.
Now, I'm sure you've already heard about the banana duct taped to a wall at an art fair in Miami, and about the person who ate the banana, and the multitudes who've created their own gestures in response. You might already have a firm opinion about it all too, but I'd like to ask you to clear away for a moment what you know or think you know about this thing that's happened, and consider it with me anew. What do we think of this $150,000 banana?
Okay. So there's that part of it. So I'll put it back up there. That guy is another, performance artist guy, and he was the one who ate it at the original show. And they said it wasn't planned, that he just went up there and did it. But every place this, work of art has been replicated around the world, somebody walks up and eats it. Usually, according to people who have been following this, it usually happens at around the same time during the show. About 2 hours into the opening night of the show, someone goes over and eats it. So, I can understand them trying to say that might be a little bit of art, but the banana, I disagree. And one of the reasons I disagree is because of another thing she says, and we'll try and do this, and I hope YouTube doesn't try and surprise me with some ads. I will bring the video back up. Okay, so she says...
The comedian is firmly in the Catalan tradition of exploiting and exposing the things we love and hate and hold dear. It pokes fun at our desire for art to be unique, original, or something we couldn't do ourselves. And for art buyers and sellers, it laughs at their susceptibility to hype, name recognition, and the perception of scarcity.
Okay, so there's that. There's the idea that it's just a concept, and you're buying the concept, and only you have the right to recreate this concept. Me and you, we could take a banana and we can duct tape it to the wall. It's not the comedian, Like, that's what they're saying. And it's strange and it's awkward. And yeah. So then, I hope this is right. Switch to the next video.
Comedian also has plenty of ties to art history, for those who care about that sort of thing. Marcel Duchamp was the famed progenitor of the ready-made, credited as the first to put a non-art object into a gallery and call it art.
Okay. Oh, see, look, they tried to get me. YouTube tried to get me with the ad. Okay, so. Now, my problem with the whole... It's just like, there's another guy. Sorry, let me... First, there's another guy who also says basically the same thing, but he is overly praising this work of art.
Now, it used to be that when artists, like, go back to the beginning of this trend, Marcel Duchamp, when he took the men's urinal and he put it on a pedestal on display for an international art community in the early 1900s, and he signed it R. Mutt. That was the beginning of this whole blurring the boundaries of art between object and art and object. And it used to be, prior to this point, here's what's significant about this. Artists...
Okay. That's enough of him. So, nope, there we go. The Fountain. Marcel Duchamp's The Fountain. This, I will agree, is a work of art. But there's a specific reason. Number one, Marcel Duchamp did it for the lulz. You know, he was doing it to troll the exhibition. They basically made a rule that said anything allowed into this art, you know, this showing, this exhibition of art, as long as you could pay for the fee to get in, they would let it in. So he was like, yeah, I'm going to test you. So he made this. He took a urinal, put it on its side, signed it R. Mutt 1917, and tried to get it into the show. And they rejected it. Which is hilarious to me. But it's exactly what you would think. Because their reasoning is, this is not art. And Marcel Duchamp, the concept behind this is for people to look at it and say, this is not art. So you see where I'm going here. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. I think the banana is gorgeous and amazing and blatantly stolen from Mother Nature. You are correct, Wildflower. I don't know, Starving. I'm sorry if I didn't see this in time, but if that was before we brought up the whole Duchamp thing. So they just recently did a poll and they put they put like a whole bunch of different contemporary artworks and stuff in front of a couple thousand people and asked them what's art and what's not. And the number one chosen at 100% of what is not art was Marcel Duchamp's The Fountain. Because people look at it and go, that's not art. And if the point is for you to look at it and say, that's not art, it's art. Because the concept is immediately brought to you. Now the banana, supposedly the concept behind the banana is rich people will pay a lot for stupid shit. Yep, I said it. That's supposed to be the concept. But when you look at it, when you look at this banana, do you think, oh, rich people will buy a lot of stuff? Or spend a lot of money on stuff? No. You think that's not art. So that's not conveying the concept of the piece, in my opinion. So therefore, I don't think it is art. I don't know what you guys think. You know, hit the comments, you know, let me know. Do you think it's art? Do you think it's not art? Let me check in. D. Lynn, yes, it was a urinal. The point of it was that it was a urinal. Yes, I think of this. I think of what Maurizio Catalan did with the comedian, the banana taped to a wall. I think of that like the same way an NFT is. This isn't even money laundering. This is an NFT. You are buying the idea of something. You own nothing. You know, it's very strange to me that people would do that. And like, I have another picture. This is another picture of the urinal, and that's Duchamp sitting in front of it. After it was rejected, it was taken to another gallery and put on, on its little pedestal, and people came flocking to see it, and then it disappeared. Duchamp apparently made hundreds of them afterwards by ordering them directly from the company, writing R. Mutt 1917 on them, so nobody knows if the original is still out there or if it even exists. And I find that very interesting. Trying to get some of this drawing set up here. So, yeah. It can be art if you want it to, but in my opinion, it's not. Because it doesn't convey the message it's supposed to. So, there's all of that. So, let's go back here for a second. See how we're doing here. Brush, large brush. That's white. That's not black. Try this again. And I know this is going to be hard to see. I know what I need to do. Or what I didn't do, I should say. I need to bring the opacity down. There we go. So you can actually see my lines. And then lock that layer again. Okay. So I meant to be drawing that whole time I was talking, but obviously we all know that I have trouble doing both of those things at the same time. And yes, you can give the original artist some credit. I mean, I'll say it's genius for the fact that he sold 2 for $120,000 each, and then 3 more for $150,000 each. You know, you're pushing up there near $1 million for nothing. For an idea. So, kudos to him. Ooh. Wow, I can't draw a straight line. Well, it's not straight, so maybe that's the reason. Okay, so the next topic for conversation is going to be Banksy's Love is in the Bin. Now, Love is in the Bin originally started off as just Girl with Balloon. Oh, yes, I saw that question and I didn't answer it. Boo Peep, yes, this is... I'm using Photoshop, yes. I am drawing on a Huion Canvas 22 Plus tablet monitor thingy. It's new to me. I'm not very good with it. I'm still getting used to it. But I'm trying. This is actually one of the reasons I wanted to do this second show, is just to force me to be in here and do more with this thing, because I'm not practicing with it as much as I would like to. Yes, shredded Banksy. So, the picture on the screen, that is Girl with Balloon. And the original is actually this, which was stenciled on a wall somewhere, I believe, in England. Now, you could say that this is so the one that he sold at auction is technically just a print or a recreation of it. It's also facing the opposite direction, so that makes it different from the original, I guess. Yeah. So, as you all probably know, nope, that was wrong. What happened was it was sold at auction, and when the gavel was struck for the sale, this happened.
Art connoisseurs could only watch in horror.
And it started to shred. It did not completely shred. It only shredded halfway. And there are some people out there that argue that it's not shredded at all, that it's a completely separate picture, and one is being spun around in the frame, and one is actually being shoved through the shredder. And the reasoning behind that is because from different angles, the painting doesn't line up with the shredded parts, but that could just be due to the fact that it's like being moved through something. Who knows? I don't know. But him doing that was an ultimate troll. Very funny. I loved it. Kind of thing that I think about doing with some of my pieces. But yeah, I think it was a really smart idea, because inevitably what he did was he added millions more dollars to the value of that artwork by doing a stunt like that when it was sold. And the look of horror on some of those people's faces, like, is just great to me. Here is another picture of it on the wall, shredded, and then there's the straight on picture, which this is one of the ones where you can actually kind of see like where the head meets the body doesn't look right. Doesn't look like it's in the right place. But again, that could just be because it's back a little bit and the perspective is going to be just that tiny bit more different, you know? Why am I getting a spinning wheel from Photoshop? Okay, let's try. So, yeah. There's all of that good stuff. What do you guys think? Do you think it was a smart idea? Do you think it's, just a cheap stunt? I want to know your opinions. And clearly, I am not trying to trace this perfectly. But I am trying to get at least close to it. Connect that just a little bit. Yeah, the shredder was built into the frame. It was literally just a couple of spinning motors with some rubbery, grippy things and a bunch of razor blades built into it. And I don't know why I have a text box over here that is just filled with R's. That should not be filled with R's. R's doesn't even make sense. Anyway, The buyer, from what I understand, the buyer said they were not in on it. Sotheby's, the auction house, was also not in on it. They had no idea. Supposedly, you never know. But the lady was like freaking out at first. It was a woman who bought it, and she was freaking out. But later said that like when people started telling her it's probably going to go way up in value, and I believe it did. I believe it sold at that auction for like 1.6 million or whatever they said in the video, and then it just sold like a couple of months ago for like 24 million when they were estimating 8.5 or something like that. So I'm sure that lady who bought it is super happy she did. What the? Weird things are happening with Photoshop. I don't know if I'm hitting buttons or if I'm clicking on the buttons on the pen. I do that. It's a really bad mistake I continually keep doing. Oh, that was a mistake. And, okay. But yeah, I think it was an amazingly smart and pretty awesome troll. You know, do I think everything Banksy does is brilliant? No. Do I like some of them? Sure. That one he just recently did on the was it the London Zoo or something like that, where it's like a gorilla and it's lifting up the garage door that it was painted on and all the animals are escaping. I like that one. I like the idea of letting the animals out of the zoo. And I don't like that lane. Come back, start from over here. And in the drawing, I'm basically just trying to trace this in a way that makes it so that I'll be able to fill it with solid colors later. Bye, D-Lin. Thanks for joining while you did. So yeah, if you end up, if you're someone out there and you end up watching this later, don't forget to leave your comments about what you think about these stories. Is the comedian art, was Banksy a brilliant idea or just another weird show and tell? Ugh, another sloppy line. Is that the whole J there? Do this piece up at the top here. I'll get better at doing this someday. Ooh, that was a terrible line. Ugh. Let me rotate it a little more. Try and come down with it. Nope. I'll get it. I'll get it. I don't think it does starving. I think that's like... No, I think that's just like... I think that's Procreate. I think Procreate does that. They do a lot of like straight line snapping and like doing a circle and then letting it go and it becomes a perfect circle. Photoshop doesn't have that in it. At least not yet, as far as I know. Okay, let's move on to this Z. And let's start talking about some of the AI stuff. So, generative AI imagery, or AI art. Is it creative genius, or is it, you know, just a lazy hack for people to use to cheat and make things that they probably could or maybe couldn't do themselves? Yeah, Procreate is Apple only, so I can't even put it on my computer or my tablet or my phone. Nope, nothing. Yes, she does move on to other ideas and stuff. And she does explain pretty well from like both sides of it. You know, like what she thinks is good and what, you know, the normies might think. Oh, it's iPad only. Can't even put it on your Mac? You can't do that. Can you do that thing where you like in Chrome, you can open up the tools settings and like mimic it being a tablet or a phone? Can you do that with Safari, Clark Fine Art? I don't know. I'm not a Mac user. And if you saw it in the description, all the music that you are listening to in the background was also created with Suno AI, which is an AI music generating thing. So if you're enjoying some of the music, you're welcome, because I told it how to make it. I will not call myself a musician. That is ridiculous. But speaking of that term, dear YouTube, an artist that makes music is a musician, not an artist. If somebody looks up fine artist or acrylic artist, don't give them songs about doing acrylic nails. Don't bring them to a musician. There is a word for that, and it's musician. This is a pet peeve of mine. Get a few more lines done in here. I like the shorter ones better. They're easier to keep in control. You know what? I'm not sure if that line was supposed to be there, but it's there now. I'd rather take care of it later than mess with it right now. And the brilliance of doing this in Photoshop is that when you erase stuff, it's actually gone. In the drawing, you can see some of the lines that I erased, and they're still there. So, like, okay, so AI. I think AI can be used for good. There are things I think we should definitely be doing with it that we are. Things like scanning medical papers. You know, do you think the average cancer doctor can read every paper written on treating cancer that's written every year? No, they can't. But the AIs can, and they can correlate stuff and make it easier to find that information for that cancer doctor. That brilliant idea. I think that is super smart for them to do. But the art side. Should artists use it? Sure. If you want to use it to try and create some references, I still have not done any of them. I'll show a couple of them to you. I've played with the AI to see what it can do. Do I think it's going to replace artists anytime soon? No. Is it only going to get better? Yes. This is the worst it'll ever be. Yeah, you can use them for reference. I think that's perfectly okay. If you want to, like, plug in some information, have it throw something back at you and be like, ooh, that helps me come up with an idea. Great. So Clark Fine Art, I'm all with you on that. Yeah, jump off point, as Boo Peep said. So let's try and take a look at some of this. Okay. Make sure I'm on the right page. I think I am. I have to use my mouse for this, so let me move my mouse over here. Okay, so hold on, I have to fix something because of course something went wrong. Okay, let's see if this works now. No. Didn't I make a page for this? Okay, I'm going to have to do this a different way. Okay, so playing with AI. This is one of the first things I made. The idea was a canvas that had a skull pushing through it and the canvas starting to rip, showing the skull. This is what it came up with. Is that what I asked for? No, not at all. Is it interesting and visually interesting? Is it visually interesting? A little. But would I call it what I wanted it to do? Nope. No, I don't think I would. And this one is also the same thing. And why did it give it a laser gun, or is that the Starship Enterprise shooting out of the canvas? I don't know. This I cannot tell you. And yeah, it's dynamic. It has some of the things I asked for. It's a skull coming through a canvas. It does. It kind of looks like the Enterprise. When you get closer to it, it kind of looks more like some kind of a ray gun from like a 1950s, TV show or something like that. But yeah, it does. It definitely does look like the Enterprise. Okay, now, this next picture is one of my favorites. Not because of how good it is, but because of how bad it is. This is me asking AI to do a realistic looking Catwoman from Batman, in a contortionist pose. Ready for this one? What is that monstrosity? that, I mean, is there an extra arm that's holding up her head? Is the head attached to the body? These are things I can't figure out. And these are the things you should look for. Like when you're looking at something online nowadays and you want to know, was this created with AI? There are things like this. I have seen some pictures. I saw a picture the other day of a guy and he's doing this and his arms are crossed. Well, actually, it's like this. But if you looked really closely, like this from the wrists out to the hands was all one piece. And then there was just like stubs underneath it. So, and this was a person who was trying to sell themselves as, oh no, I'm a real human being. Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer. It definitely pulled from that. Okay, so the next one, Spider-Man. And it's visually interesting, but how many fingers does Spider-Man have? Because I'm pretty sure it's not 6 or 7. Yeah, it's simple little things that, now, like, another thing about people using AI, blah, linguistics be difficult. Another thing about people using AI who say aren't that experienced at art. There are things that are going to happen in the art that they don't know are wrong. And they're going to draw them exactly as is. And then people are going to rip them apart because they did stuff wrong. Now, I'm not saying it's always going to be easy, but if you did this and you gave Spider-Man 6 fingers right up in your face like that, people are definitely going to notice that. And there's another one too, like this one here. Don't click that. Click the next button. This one. This was supposed to be Stealth Spider-Man. And clearly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers. Again. And there's a reason AI does this. It's because it's looking for hands, or it's looking for pictures of hands. And you know, sometimes you see a picture of a hand and it's this. And sometimes you see a picture of a hand and it's this. Or this. Or this. And how many fingers does this have? 1. How many does this have? 2. 3. So it doesn't know how many fingers a hand has. It doesn't know how a hand works. It just knows that's a hand. So that's why it makes these mistakes. And I hear there is at least one thing out there that is just recently able to do hands and get them right, because I have seen some mangled hands. Try telling AI to do a picture of someone holding an umbrella and it gives you like 9 hands trying to hold the umbrella at the same time, coming from one wrist. So it definitely has its flaws. Now this next picture, there's 2 pictures here. This one of Batman kissing Catwoman. And there's nothing super wrong with this picture. There's nothing with the drawing as far as I can tell. There may be something in there. I haven't looked that close. And then this one, also of Batman kissing Catwoman. Simple prompt in a comic book style. Give me a picture of Batman kissing Catwoman. That was the prompt, and it gave me these. Now, what I found funny, these were all done with Bing, Bing's image generator. It's free, and it's on my phone, and it's easy to use. So that's what I have been playing with. But these were both created by Bing's image generator. And if I typed in Catwoman kissing poison ivy, nope, it would not let me do it. And I think Bing should do something about that, because it's not fair. It's playing favorites. And now this one I included just because it's funny. I asked it to generate an image of Batman and Catwoman, like looking realistic people in a warehouse, and it gave me this. Now, I don't know how big it is on the screen you're looking at, but the boxes in the back vaguely say Amazon. A lot of the text is messed up, but you can tell what it's trying to convey. And I wonder why it would think that all warehouses have something to do with Amazon. Like, could it be something in the news about Amazon and people working in their warehouses? That's what it's drawing from. It's drawing from the internet. It's drawing from everything. And that's one of the things that, like, I hear a lot. Like, I don't want to call anybody out, but someone I know just recently, like, said something along the lines of, like, I just heard that Facebook and Instagram are using all of our art and photos and posts and messages and everything to train their AI. And I'm sorry to say this, but Meta AI started in 2015, and they started testing it with this stuff in like 2017, 2018. So it's been going on for at least half a decade, maybe more. We're too late to the party. It's hard to complain nowadays about something that's been going on for a decade. The cat's out of the bag. Maybe some of these lawsuits that people have against, the AI companies, maybe they'll do something. Will we ever see anything from it? No, but really famous artists, they probably will. So okay, what's next? Okay, so now, after I had that little bit of fun playing with the AI generator, I decided to try and see what would happen if I plugged in some of my own art, descriptions of my own art as the prompt, to see what it would give me. So, if you remember a couple weeks ago, months ago, I don't remember how long it's been, the Japanese stained glass window design thing inspired by Clark Fine Art. Hi, Clark. Thank you again for inspiring that piece. I tried to describe that to the AI, and this is what it gave me. Now, there's no water. There's no sunset. There is a tree. And it does kind of have a stained glass feel, sort of, because there are different segmented things. And so I tried again, and it gave me this, where the tree is a little too realistic, and the segmenting to make it look stained glass doesn't work at all. It looks more like it's both in the background and overlaid on top of the entire image altogether. But it's interesting to see what the AI thinks of what I came up with myself. Yeah, it's not new, it's just new to the public. Exactly, Clark Fine Art. I mean, yeah, the sun, you could say there is a sun setting back there, but it's not prominent. And I believe I described it as a prominent sunset reflecting in the water. So, it is. It's a cool image, and I could paint that, but I would definitely be changing a whole bunch of things if I did. Because that's another thing with AI art is it's never made something I could use just like that. I have always had to Photoshop the heck out of everything I've wanted to actually try and play with. And we'll move on to some of that. So this is the first video I ever posted on YouTube, floating through the seasons. The idea is a bunch of floating islands, each one a different season, moving through the seasons as it comes closer. Did it get it right? No. Is it close? It has the elements. It has floating islands. It has spring, I guess, summer and fall. Maybe the one in the back is winter and the one in the really far back is like really winter. Is it cool? Yeah, it's a pretty cool concept. Is it what I did? Nope. But it shouldn't be, and it can't be, unless it literally just stole my picture. Like, straight up. Which I've never actually seen it do. I have seen things in it that looked like they could have been bits or parts of someone's signature in the corner or something. And that's the kind of stuff that I don't like and annoys me about AI art. Can I show the original? Can I? Maybe? Might take a second, but I could probably do that. You know, so it's weird because, you know, as an artist, you'd want it to not be good, and then there are times where you want it to be good. Yeah. I'm trying to talk while looking through files. Stained glass window. Huh. It's here somewhere. Oh, I only have a half-painted version of the original, so I hope this will be okay. Let me shrink that down a bit. This is the original bonsai tree stained glass window idea thing. If that kind of helps you see it a little better, or get the idea of what it was. Let me try the next one. The original Floating Through the Seasons painting is actually a... Oh, that's way too big. Let me shrink this down a couple hundred times. This is a very high-res picture that somebody took for me. I do not have a camera that can take pictures of this quality. That's why it's so big. Oh, we're getting closer. Did it just flip around? That was weird. Bring this one up and is it this one? Turn that one off. So this is Floating Through the Seasons. I hope that's entirely on the screen. I can't tell. Everything over there is very tiny. So this is the original. In the original, it's like spring in the back, or no, it's fall in the back, spring in the front, or spring in the middle, summer, winter, and then the one, like the island you were standing on is also going through late fall. That was the concept. And so it kind of did it, and this was its second attempt where it took everything and did it on one island, all together. So, you know, it sometimes has a mind of its own, and that's what's, I guess, wrong with it. That line was terrible. And you can't see the lines I'm making when I'm doing them there. Can I move this? Where was that line? So I'll be over. I'm over here on the Z. And I still have some more pictures. The next one, this is supposed to be the fire butterfly and the water clematis. This there is also a video for, so I'm not going to go searching for the original on this. If you want to check it out later, search my channel for fire butterfly or how to paint fire. Because that's what that was. That was a tutorial on how to draw fire and how to draw water on one painting. This was its attempt. It made the clematis not out of water, but just a flower that was wet. And the butterfly, I didn't like the smoke coming off of it. Try it again. This one's a little better. Still has smoke. Clematis still isn't made of water, but is wet. And the butterfly looks a little bit more like a butterfly that's on fire. And then there was the cardinal, which is a cardinal landing on a branch, and it made an interesting image. I will not say it didn't do that. Yeah, Clark Fine Art. Yeah, it made the island of seasons, not different islands with different seasons. Thank you, Boop Beep. I still want to redo that one someday, because I think I could do much better now. That was, geez, almost 10 years ago now. The re-upload, I think, is 8 years old. Because I switched from my old channel to this, the Art of Joseph Finchum channel, 2 years after I started making stuff on YouTube, but I hadn't done much, so I just moved them all over here. And, yeah, this cardinal, interesting, not exactly, not at all what mine is. Mine was it had just landed, and it was a photo by a guy named Jeff Oliver, who is IB Tat on YouTube, and he does hiking videos and a lot of photography stuff now. He became a really, really good photographer while he was out hiking the Appalachian Trail and the CDT and the PCT. And yeah, so, but this, would I paint this? Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking photo. I mean, it's not a photo. It's, you know what I mean. It's a cool image. Now, more cool images, which are just ideas. This is supposed to be a UFO that is made from, like, the pieces of a turntable. Specifically, you know, where the record is played. I wanted a UFO that looked like that piece that is, where the scratching is done. And, it decided, let's make an alien in a UFO that I guess is invading the Earth with terrible music. Terrible, terrible techno music. You'll notice in the background music that I created that there is pretty much no techno in there. And then this is another version of that same idea, where it made a UFO, and it made a DJ, and it put some turntables on the ground. So, still, again, not what I was asking for, but it's trying, and it's probably getting better every day. And then playing with the alien idea got me thinking about, like, what if an alien came down and he was, like, made the chief of a Native American tribe of Indians way back in the day. You know how the ancient aliens are always saying that, like, everybody in the past was, just hanging out with aliens? I still don't understand how a 10-minute theory is on season 29. How does that show keep going? So, this is my Indian alien, or my Native American alien, created by AI. And it's a cool image. I like it. That would make a decent tattoo or a 311 t-shirt or something like that. And then I started playing again with more comic characters. And I'll run through some of these a little bit faster, because I'm not drawing anything. This is, what if Rogue was a real human person? Rogue from the X-Men. If you know the X-Men, you know Rogue. This is, what if Rogue was a real person? And it's not bad. It got the white in the hair, the green and yellow suit, which I believe should be most of the time blue and yellow, but she did wear some green. So, I'll allow it. This is, give me a comic book style drawing where Batman was turned into Cyborg instead of Cyborg being Cyborg. So these are fun things. And, it's just seeing what comes out. And the detail is really good. I mean, I'm surprised at the detail of this Cyborg Batman. This is what if Catwoman was in the world of Tron. Because, why not? The glowing cyborg Catwoman. And, I can't say there's anything wrong with it, because it's making up a completely new idea or a completely new concept that maybe other people have had. I don't know. I've never gone looking for Tron Catwoman. But, maybe it exists. I don't know. What if Wonder Woman was a cyborg? That's it. Just wanted to know. What would it look like if Wonder Woman was a cyborg? It clearly pulled a little bit from the Gal Gadot version of Wonder Woman, and it put the little light up Wonder Woman on her arm. I thought that was awesome. Well, Wildflower, if you can open or get Bing on your phone, their image generator is literally, you click on Bing and then it pops up to like a home screen and it's the first thing you see, and I just click on that. That's it. I tried to use, Midjourney, and everything I got from Midjourney was too cartoony for what I was thinking of. Oh, I am definitely, Boo Peep, I am definitely a fellow comics fan. I'm very much more Image than I am Marvel and DC. But let's face it, Marvel and DC have a lot of iconic characters, and they're making the better content. Marvel definitely is ahead of their game in the movies. I like all of their movies. I'm one of those people who goes to the movies to be entertained, not to pick things apart. And if it entertains me for 2 hours and then I get to go home, I'm happy. It was a good movie, in my opinion. I don't get too deep into these things. I'm not a deep thinker, which is weird that I'm doing this whole let me give you my opinion on things, because I don't normally have deep opinions on things unless I spend 6 months thinking about them. So this show that I'm going to be doing once a month, I hope that's enough time for me to think deeply about subjects that I don't even know what the next ones are going to be. Starving gave me some ideas, but she still hasn't filled me in on what scandalous is. She mentioned that, but I don't know if that was an individual thing or if she was referring to the other thing that she mentioned. Could be either. Okay, so I went from Wonder Woman as a cyborg to Harley Quinn as a cyberpunk type cyborg, and this is a cool image. I like it. The eyes are cool. The like thing around the eyes kind of giving that clown shape. It's pretty good. I like it. What if Tony Stark got transplanted into the DC universe and switched places with Superman? And the only way for Tony Stark to hide amongst everyone else was to he himself become Superman. So that's what this image is. This is just like, what if Iron Man was Superman? So it can do some things that are cool. I mean, I like this one. And then the next one is, what if Deadpool, I almost said Daredevil because of the red suit, what if Deadpool was a Terminator? Yeah, so this is just how I've been playing with it. And things like this. Here's a couple in a row. What if the Futurama cast were real people? So here you have Fry, Philip J. Fry, Leela, and that's great. That's funny. The Professor, with the picture of the real cartoon professor behind him. That's great. That's Amy. Amy, there isn't too much to Amy. And Zoidberg. And they're kind of interesting. I like them, like the 3D versions of them. I could watch another show if they looked like this. I mean, I'd still watch the old Futuramas and even some of the new Hulu ones, even though it's not as good. And then last but not least, what if Louise from Bob's Burgers was a real person? And I want you to know that the AI added the chainsaw. I did not ask for her to be holding a chainsaw. They added that themselves. Hey, Cat's Art Picks, thank you for joining. No problem for being late. Hey, things happen. And I'm peeking a little. If I'm too loud, please let me know. Or if the music is too loud, I might be too loud because I'm talking over the music, which is also in my headphones, and I get distracted easily. So, let me know. Okay, we're getting to the end here. This is just the idea of a dragon hiding in a birch tree forest. This was thought up while Clark Fine Art was doing her birch tree paintings. But, of course, AI is like, yeah, here's a dragon hiding, but I'm not going to show you its head or its tail or the wings or anything else that, so it's cool, but I would have to do so much work to finish it. And I don't want to do work to finish it. I want it to be finished so that I can paint it myself. This one is, if a fairy made of fire and a snail made of wax had to be friends and work together, and this is what it gave me. And because I said I wanted it to be a colored pencil drawing, it made a hand drawing it in colored pencil. Which is, I guess something that happens. Like, I didn't even know it could do that, but it was like, yeah, here's a thing. That's what took me away during that stream. No, Clark Fine Art, I did not do it while you were streaming. That's usually music stuff that I do while you're streaming, because that's easier. I type in a prompt. Mostly I'm doing instrumentals, and it's easy to listen to in the background while I'm watching you. Does it look like a paintbrush? It could be a paintbrush. I know in the next one, where it got a little bit closer to the idea, but it made both the fairy and the snail out of wax, and then also lit them both on fire. So this is the next one. Or maybe I told it to do that, like I told it to make them both into wax, and like they were becoming a candle to like light their way, or something like that. I don't know. But this is what came out. And then this is a light bulb kind of thing. Just the idea of like an abstract, I think the prompt was something like an abstract version of the concept of the light bulb idea. Something like that. And that's what it gave me. It would make a pretty interesting t-shirt, but I would have no idea what it means. And then, what if Spawn, the comic book character Spawn, was a little gray alien from another planet? And that's what it gave me. It's kind of cool. I like him. He's a cute little guy. I'd read a comic about him. I mean, McFarlane keeps coming out with all these other different spawns, so why not a little gray alien spawn? Now, the next two were inspired during a Lisa stream, but I don't remember who it was. It may have been one of you here. It could have been Wildflower. I don't know. But somebody had said something about, like, it's the Bad Cow Academy of Fine Art. So I got sidetracked, and I started making my own little logos for the Bad Cow Academy of Fine Art. Starring Lisa Clow, Lockery Fine Art. This was the first one. And everything here had to be redone in Photoshop. It gave it to me all in black and white. The text was all gibberish, but it gave an idea of what it was. And the dog was like very weird looking, and the snout had like too many shining things on it. And then I made a second one just to be safe. This is the other one. That's Bad Cow Academy of Fine Art. Lisa, if you see this and you want these to sell on t-shirts, the designs are yours. I don't care. And last but not least, I'll leave you with, for the AI generated art segment of this, I'll leave you with Freckles wearing a suit of armor. That's my cat Freckles, or it kind of resembles my cat Freckles. I got as descriptive as I can, and it's pretty close. The brown on his nose should come down a little bit more on the left side, which I told it to do, but it didn't. And he should have a couple of little black dots in that brown section, which is why he's called Freckles. But that's cool. The armor is super detailed, and like the fur on the arms where there's a little separation in the armor, it's cool. I think that is excellent. I would definitely try and paint that and horribly ruin it, because I can't get that level of detail. That's just ridiculous. So yeah. Now we can go back here. And we'll switch to this scene. Okay, we got a different scene here. Where am I working here? Oh yeah. So yeah, again, I'm not going to poop all over the AI. It's doing its best. And yes, we all trained it. Me specifically and you specifically, I have no way of knowing if any of that is true. But it was definitely trained using everybody's stuff. Now, there's the whole controversy going on with Adobe, where they basically put in like their terms of service something like, no, anything you make is ours, and yeah, that's ridiculous. That is never gonna fly with pretty much anybody. I hope that's right. That line looks weird. But Adobe, the other reason I wouldn't be so harsh on them is because they had their own, stock photo library that was decades old. So they have a lot of photo stock already to train their AI on. And that's what they said. They said that they trained their AI on their stock photos. Maybe it couldn't get it far enough, and that's why they added that stuff. Yeah, I know, Angela, Clark Fine Art, you are still on the boycott them train. And maybe I should be too, but it's the only programs I know how to use, and I really don't want to learn any other ones. So, I'm stuck with it, basically. I tried using the DaVinci Resolve to replace Premiere, and it works good, and it renders fast, but it took me so much longer, and I know, using it more, I would get better with it, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't edit with it at that speed. Maybe if I practice with it more in the future. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. Okay, so we got to get into this tea here. Do this first segment over here. Ooh. Terrible. Eh. There we go, that's a little better. And this swoops all the way around over here. Can't see the end of that. There we go. And this is why I said last week in my regular art live stream that I would not guarantee that whatever I do in this would get finished. Because it really is hard for me. My brain does not work the way other people's does. And it is really, really hard for me to actually talk and draw at the same time. If there are people here at my house, even if we're not even talking, I can't keep attention to what I'm doing, and it takes me forever to try and get something drawn. But hopefully I'm doing good with the talking tonight. And I'm trying to keep it mostly going. So, now, that's some of the stuff I've done, some of the interesting stuff I've done with AI imagery. But I've also been playing with AI music. And now, hopefully, if I did this right, the background music should have just stopped for you guys. I can still hear it. But the first song that I played with, really, everyone knows it. Clark Fine Art, you know it. It's GotSomeMore.
Gothic pockets full of dreams, empty wallet scheme. Got some more lurks in shadows under the beam. Hard supplies stacked high, mountain of dreams. Money flying out, nothing's what it seems. This one monster's hungry, devours every cent. Brushes watercolors, a new present. Sleepless nights creating, bills make no dent. Gotta cage him up before it's all spent. Lock up, got some more, chain him to the door. Art's gotta cost less, can't bleed no more. Creativity flames, but my funds are sore. Bar that beast up, lock up, got some more. Payday hits, green days, thoughts start to craze. Catalogs, rainbow pages, temptation waves. Got some more, whisper sweet, art haze fills days. Bank account drops in his endless maze. Pens and inks, got more links. Monster breaths deep, makes my heart sink. Canvas on fire, desires brink. Got to chain him up, no more cha-ching blinks. Lock up, got some more, chain him to the door. Art's gotta cost less, can't bleed no more. Creativity flames, but my funds are sore. Bar that beast up, lock up, got some more. Lock up, got some more. This one monster wants you to be poor. Lock up, got some more.
Okay, so is it playing something or am I playing something? Oh, it's still going. I forgot that it does that whole pause and then continue thing.
Lock up, got some more. Lock up, got some more. Chain him to the door. Art's gotta cost less, can't bleed no more. Creativity flames, but my funds are sore. Bar that beast up, lock up, got some more.
So yeah, there's that. I hope everyone likes that song. Ah, that's a good way to look at it. He doesn't want you to be poor, he wants you to have all the stuff. Yeah. So, there's that one. And then this is one that I thought I would try and make a commercial out of for my merch. You can buy my merch. You know, links in the description and stuff. This is my Galactic Crystal Dragon t-shirt. Not an ice dragon starving. It's not ice. It's crystals. That's why it's all colorful. So this one I think is funny. Can you still hear the background music? I just want to make sure that that did stop when it was supposed to. Wearing Chuck Taylors and having a leather bracelet with spikes when I hear that song. Could be. He did have little spiked bracelets in the cartoon of the actual Gossamer. So, you know. Before I hit play again, let me just know if the music did stop. Someone's got to tell me that. Starving. There should now be a sweatshirt up there. I did add one, like I said I would. Okay, you're not hearing the music in the background? Good. the only way I could make the background music work was to basically set it to, I had to put every single song into one long MP3 track and play it all from beginning to end. So when I go back to not playing some of these kooky, fun songs, then, you know, I can put the music back up. Okay, so the next one, this was for possibly the idea of an ad for merch. Very happy and upbeat.
Art for sale, prints for sale, merch for sale, buy, buy, buy. Colors red and acting wild, catch your eye and let it fly. Click the link, buy it now. Famous paint that's worth the vow. Screen so bright, it's like a wow. You just can't resist somehow. Buy, buy, buy your dreams tonight. In
Your cart, it feels so right.
Buy for sale, it's in your sight. Buy, 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 all night, all night, all night.
And yes, I wrote the lyrics.
On every wall, makes my room a shopping mall. Brushes, strokes, they call you loud. Join the hype, join the crowd. Prints and merch so very bold. Stories on the canvas told. In your hands you hold the gold. Click it fast, don't let it fold. Buy, buy, buy your dreams tonight. In your cart, it feels so right. Art for sale, it's in your sight. Buy, 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 all night, all night, all night.
SunoAI.com or Suno.com, something like that. If you just look up, if you type into Google Suno AI, it'll come up.
Click the link, buy it now. Famous paint that's worth a vow. Screen so bright, it's like a wow. You just can't resist somehow. Buy, buy, buy your dreams tonight. In your car, it feels so right. Art for sale, it's in your sight. Buy, 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 all night, all night. All night, all night, all night. All night, all night.
So that wasn't terrible, right? That's a fun one. Suno AI, yes. If you couldn't hear me over it, I don't know how I sound while it's playing because it's in my headphones really low. And I don't know if it's too loud for you guys. I did do some testing, so it shouldn't be terrible. It shouldn't be blowing any eardrums out. At least I hope not. Okay, and then, now, if anyone is a Weird Al fan, Weird Al has a song called The Hardware Store that is an original to him. And in that song, there's a part where he just rapid fire spits out like 1,000 different things you would find in a hardware store. So I wanted to try and do that for the art store. And this is it. It's a little heavier and a little weirder.
Walk through the door, everything's just right. Canvas stacked high, stretching to the light. Acrylics, oils, all colors in sight. Brushes of every type, grip tight, charcoal in hand, ready for the night. Markers lined up, these shades so bright. Ease up for black and white. Pencils that sketch every detail slight. Easels that stand tall and light. Palettes to blend, use, take flight. Sketch books open, pen, the first stroke to light. Here's where the prime, get the surface right. Watercolor splash, something light. Rock shape with depth, rich and tight. Mediums to mix, get your art right. Knives to carve, cut through with might. Frames for display, hold your work upright. Every aisle, a new tool in sight. Canvas walls, raw and white. Cut it, stretch it, the tension just right. Pens the ink, each word you write. Moleskines waiting, pages invite. Moleskines waiting, pages invite. Everything you need, day or night. With this art store's a dream, your heart's delight. In the art store, every tool is right. Colors, textures from dawn to night. Step inside, let your spirit ignite. Art supplies for every dream inside. Paper stacked high within reach of your hand. Texture and weight, each grain so grand. Brushes and rolls, each bristle well planned. Paints and tools, each shape will expand. Charcoal to sketch, mark the sand. Markers and cases, every color stand. Canvas small spots spread across the land. Flames that embrace every work you've manned. Pastels that blend, soft as a strand. Clay to mold, shaped by your command. Sculpt and tool sharp, carve out your brand. Gauges that measure every detail you span. Palettes that mix, hues that never demand. Knives that slice, every line well manned. Glue sticks that hold, projects well planned. Rulers to measure, precise as your hand. Pens that ink, every word you scan. Varnish to seal, keep the finish so grand. Sprinkles of paint, walls that you tan. Patterns to trace, every shape.
Yeah, waiting for moleskin.
Inspire creations you've planned. Molding a
It
vision,
might be in there, I don't know.
everything you need, ready to expand. This art store's a treasure where dreams stand. This art store's a treasure where dreams stand. In the art store, every tool is right. Colors, textures from dawn to night. Step inside, let your spirit ignite. Art supplies for every dream in sight. In the art store, every tool is right. Colors, textures from dawn to night. Step inside, let your spirit ignite. Art supplies for every dream in sight.
It goes on forever because there's so many things. I basically just took a Blick catalog and tried to make a rhyme for like every single item that's in it.
Within reach of your hand, texture and weight, each grain so grand. Brushes and rolls, each bristle well planned. Paints and tools, each shape will expand. Charcoal to sketch.
I might be able to do that, but technically I don't pay for Suno AI. I only use their free version, and technically they own everything I make. So
Clay to mold, shaped by your command.
that's one of their things. If you sign up for their pro or premium tiers, whatever you make officially belongs to you. But I can't afford that, so I didn't. So I can use these for non-commercial uses, and since I'm not monetized on YouTube, I hope that counts. Okay, let me bring this back and see how we're doing here. Oop.
Brushes poise, each stroke divine. Markers that trace in perfect line. Canvas stretched tight.
Oh, I see some stuff missing.
Acrylics and oils, pigments combine. Palettes that mix, every hue's fine. Pastels so soft, colors intertwine. Frames that support each piece you define. Pencils that sketch, details so fine. Charcoal in hand, create a new design. Inks that flow, black as wine. Rulers to measure, straight as a spine. Cutting that thick, every edge a line. Gesso to prime, surfaces refined. Varnish to seal,
And this is just the
so
outline.
divine. Clay to sculpt, forms that incline. Glazes that shine, surface design. Airbrushes that spray, colors combine. Stencils to guide, patterns outline. Sculpting tools sharp, every detail defined. Resin to pour, shapes that refine. Everything you need in every sign. This art
that
store's
all
a
looks
beacon
pretty
where
good.
dreams combine. In the art store, every tool is right. Colors, textures from dawn to night.
The Finchum art album. Okay, I gotta stop this one. I think that's it, but yeah, that's a long one. because there's so many things to mention. And I think I mentioned some things multiple times because when you're trying to write that many things, you forget what you wrote. Now, of course, I'm just having fun with these songs, and that's all it's about. And trying to convey a theme through the song. So this one is about what it's like to actually make content on YouTube. Very hip-hop-y, R&B-ish. Okay, is this solid?
While chasing views, brushstrokes and algorithms in a feud, trying to create while paying my dues. Waking up early, set the canvas right. Lighting angles, gotta make it tight. Brush in hand, but the camera's on my mind. Every stroke's a story, gotta keep it kind. Editing late, cutting out the slack. Hours of footage, finding the track. Comments flooded, critics and fans. Balancing the art with digital demands. Uploads done, now the wait begins. Hoping for a like, subscribers wins. Art in the spotlight, vulnerable and true. In the world of pixels, I'm just passing through. Be a fun artist on YouTube, painting dreams while chasing views. Brushstrokes and algorithms in a feud, trying to create while paying my
I've been in
dues.
here all day, so.
Studio's my sanctuary, but it feels like a stage. Creating in silence, yet performing in this cage. Metrics and analytics that cloud my sight. Artistic vision blurred by the digital light. Content creation, it's a never-ending chase. Capturing the essence while keeping up the pace. Every video's a piece of my soul laid bare, but the algorithm's cold.
That
Doesn't
it's
really
possible,
care.
Starving.
Trends come and go like
I thought about maybe doing something on Twitch. I have a new game that I got for free when I bought my computer, and I haven't played it yet. So maybe I might do some game streaming over there and art, or maybe do it on both places. I don't know. I like YouTube though, and my phone doesn't like Twitch. Okay, we gotta get some of this 3D in here, so.
Balancing creation with the business part. Collaborations, they bring a spark. But staying authentic, that's the mark. In the end, it's the love for what I do. Painting my path in this digital view. A fine artist on YouTube, painting dreams while chasing views. Brushstrokes and algorithms in a feud, trying to create while paying my dues. But despite the struggle, I'll keep pressing on. In every upload, my heart is drawn. For every view, there's a story told. In the canvas of YouTube, my art unfolds. Be a fine artist on YouTube, painting dreams while chasing views. Brushstrokes and algorithms in a feud.
Nope, still all one layer.
While paying my dues.
You know, that's not supposed. None of that is supposed to be. That's supposed to be a solid piece. It should be here. Yeah. I'm basically just trying to make closed-in sections that I'll be able to fill in with color later. So how was that one? Does that kind of convey an R&B feeling of what it's like to try and be a YouTuber? And then here's another one about buying my stuff that I tried. This one's very, very rocky metal, kind of. May not be your taste.
Canvases on the floor, vinyl prints piled by the door. My soul bleeds ink, sketched in haste. Don't let my passion go to waste. T-shirts and shades that scream loud. Where my and dreams. Stick it on break the monotone scheme. By my heart, by my soul, every piece a heart-shaped hole. Support the race, support the quest. Wear my madness on your chest. Shadows creep in lines so bold. Every piece a story untold. Brushstrokes heavy like my sight. Catch a glimpse of my endless fight. Merge stand in the corner there. Passion laid out beyond compare. Prints that echo in the night. Pieces that set your mind alight. By my heart, by my soul, every piece a heart-shaped hole. Support the race, support the quest. Wear my madness on your chest. Wear my madness on your chest.
Now, I am definitely using these lines as the guide because I do not have a vanishing point.
No, we're not in blind. If he's a heart-shaped hole, support the rage, support the quest. Wear my madness on your chest. Shadows creep in lines so bold. Every piece a story untold. Brushstrokes heavy like my sight. Catch a glimpse of my endless fight. Merge stand in the corner there. Passion laid out beyond compare. Prints that echo in the night. Pieces that set your mind alight.
You like that one, Wildflower? Wear my madness on your chest? I thought that was fitting. Wear my madness on your chest. And if I actually thought I could sing anymore, I can't. I was very bad to my voice when I was younger. And I was in a band for a while. And we did absolutely nothing because we didn't take ourselves seriously.
Yeah.
Let's see, this one just
By my
has some weird stuff at the
Every
end.
piece of heart-shaped hole. Support the rage. Support the quest. Wear my madness on your chest.
Where is it? Well, can I? Why can't I find it to stop it? Yeah, we don't need to keep listening to that one. Yes, there may be new songs on the soundtrack, but yeah. So that's what I was getting to. If language in any way offends you, you might want to skip this one until I go like this. Because I don't believe in the term bad language. There is no bad language. There is bad uses of language, but not really bad language. Every word, no matter how offensive it might be to someone, can sometimes be the only word to use in a spot. So this one has the F word in it. And this is actually when I was like, I think I was 19 or 20, the first song I ever wrote. So it's not, the lyrics aren't that great. But being able to turn it into a full-fledged song, and it's a thrash song. It was always meant to be a thrash song. What's missing in the S? The bottom line on the shadow is not connected. I don't know which one you're talking about. And there is no S. It's JZTR. So help me by telling me what letter it actually is. If you mean like... If you mean... over here. That's where I was heading. So, because some of these are also not the 3D, some of them are shadows being cast on the piece below it. So I'll get to those later, if we get there. I don't know where we are. There's a tiny line in the shadow that is not there. It is top center on the screen right now. Here, if that's what we're talking about, where my madness on your chest should be on t-shirt merch. It's an idea. It's definitely an idea. To the left of that. Okay, let me read this again. There is a tiny line in the shadow. That one? Did I get it? Oh, and I had to get rid of that arrow. Okay, yes, good, okay. Okay, so this is the first song I ever wrote when I was a child. I'm 51 now. I was 20 then. Playground. Sounds very Power Rangers right there.
No one will ever the abyss you go, where your hope it is spent. While my name is Mr. Mindfụck, and I'm sure to get around. I enter through your eyes and ears without making a sound. I have no need to hypnotize, as your head it starts to pound. Do not try to get away, cause your mind is my playground.
What a very weird song. Okay, I'm trying to figure out my lines here. In these, I never did the R. Like, if you look at the original drawing, I never did the 3D inside up here. Only in that other area. Let's see, this comes down like that. That should be there. Yeah, that definitely wasn't right. That should be. That should be like that, I think. Hold on. This should be like that. This one should go there. No, none of that looks right. That. I'm getting a little lost with the drawing here. Because I'm not looking at it in its entirety, I guess. So, yeah. What am I? This is your first one? Then don't watch the art streams because I don't talk in those and I'm so bad at controlling things that I have to have Angela do it for me. When I go into full-on art mode, I forget you guys are even there. So, yeah. But no, watch those ones too. If you're available. I'm never going to tell anybody to do anything that they don't really want to. I don't know if that's right. I'm just putting these lines in here to try and make it 3D. This should have a line here. Okay, now here's the thing. Like I was saying, I don't really mind the use of AI for other things. I'm sure there are musicians out there right now going, "Don't do that. That's bad. You're stealing money from me." But I'm not. I'm trying to express myself through an app or a program that gives me the ability to do it because I do not have any musical talent. I have a guitar. I've been trying to learn how to use it for 40 years. It hasn't worked. So, now, when playing with this program, I started thinking to myself, are there any protections in this program against already copyrighted music? Or specifically, the lyrics. So I took a song that I like, and I fed the lyrics into it, but told it what to do and what kind of music to make it. And it did it. There was nothing in there that was like, hey, you shouldn't do this because these lyrics already exist. And now that I think is a problem. And if someone from Suno, whoever programs that thing, sees this, that's something you should do. I don't care if it's a lot of work. That should be done. But I did play with it. And in doing so, I've actually this is going to be funny. Here we go. let's see here. Where is this thing? Desktop. I actually made an entire album of 311 songs as if they were done by the Bee Gees. Because I am a big fan of 311, and my mother, who passed away a few years ago, was a really big fan of the Bee Gees. And so I like the Bee Gees. So, now, I don't know if I can play these. I have one or two set up, and I wouldn't play the whole thing. I would just play bits of them. But it's a crapshoot as to whether or not if I play one of these, will YouTube flag this video? I mean, I can remove it later. That's a thing. I've never had any problems. I have never been flagged for anything by YouTube, so in at least 7 years. So I'm going to give this one a shot. This is Beautiful Disaster by 311, as done by the Bee Gees.
Seems like a good day to burn a bridge or two. The one with old wood creaking that would burn away right on cue. I try to be not like that, but some people really suck. Some people need to get the axing, chalk it up to bad luck. I know a drugstore cowgirl so afraid of getting bored. She's always running from something, so many things ignored. I might do that stuff if it didn't make me feel like shit. I'm on some old reality, took so many trips in it. Beautiful things are beautiful.
So yeah, there's that. But now I can play these for myself whenever I want, and I do, because I think good lyrics are good lyrics, and just changing the style of music. I mean, technically, you could call this a cover, sort of, and covers are allowed, and because it's not their music, I mean, I understand music and lyrics are both copyrighted, so, yeah. Yeah. We'll have to see what happens. So, yeah, I'm not going to play any more of those. And if I ever am able to, I tried putting some of these on Discord, and apparently putting the GotSomeMore video on Angela's thing used up all my allotted, space to put it up. Yeah, fine lines, tight ropes. Yep, we're gonna see. Okay, I think if I go back to this one, the music should pick back up. What? Yeah, if you put something, if you upload I guess a bigger file, like pictures don't take up that much space, so they don't do much. But if you put up something that takes up a little more, like a full song that I turned into a video just so that it would be visible by everyone, because when it was just the song, you could only listen to it on the computer. It didn't show up on the mobile version, so I made it into the little video thing. And that took up a little bit more space. And apparently, unless you are boosted with that nitro, whatever that is, I don't know what that means, but I know it means spending money. Unless you're boosted with that, you run into a limit. that's a Boo Peep. That's another idea that it's an exploration of art and falls under education. I'm also talking through it. I think I talked through some of that. But okay, how are we doing here? Hey, move. That's shadow there. Oh no, that might also be a little bit of 3D. Going back behind that. This is definitely shadow. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the shadows yet, so I'm really just concentrating on the 3D effect at the moment. And this is not playing, like I said. Why did that stop? And that was the third version of Art in the Dark. Not the theme song, but the song that I made very simply and wrote. But I made 4 different versions of it and threw them all in there. That song that was in the very beginning on the intro video, that may not even stick around because I made about 80 versions of that. And there's an R&B version, a rap version, a metal version, a new metal version, a rock version, a country version, a ragtime version. So I could change that every single time I do this show for the next couple of years. I'm still looking for things, right? That I missed. That one. How are we looking here? Escape to center. Move that over a bit. Shrink it down just a little bit more. So it all fits on the screen. Does anything appear to not be there? That should be there. I know that's probably driving some of you crazy. No, that works. So this is coming along. I actually got more done than I thought I would. Inside the triangle at the bottom looks like it might be missing a really tiny one. Oh, yep, I see it. No, wrong angle. That one. And yeah, this needs some. Not sure about that last line I made. So yeah, so for this series, I've definitely set the bar high for the next episode. And it, ragtime. Yep, ragtime. Swing. Opera. There's a bunch. There's definitely a bunch. Because I have eclectic music tastes. Now, there are a few spots where, I went over with the line that I should erase at some point. But this is looking pretty good. And I just turned it off. And that's not what I meant to do. These lines could definitely be a whole hell of a lot better. But let's see if I can get some actual shadow lines. Oh, am I on the wrong layer? Ah. How did I end up in... Oh, no. I cannot use the magic wand tool because I set it to 32-bit layer instead of 16. Urgh! That means I'm going to have to save it. Save. New. Uh, 16-bit. Create. Okay. Go back. Select all. No. Select all. Copy. Paste. New layer. Make this whole layer white. You're not gonna let me do it the easy way? Okay. Make that a little smaller so you guys can see the whole thing. What time is it? I don't even know. I haven't been paying attention to the time. Oh, it's 11:38. Wow. Okay. It's close to what I was expecting to do. Something is missing over here. But I can't fix it on this one. But I'm just going to try and shove some color in here so you guys can see what the, like, how the 3D effect. Whoa. What just happened? Somehow I moved the layer. That was weird. I should probably do all of these separate, but I'm not going to. Nope. Can't do that one yet because it's not solid. I didn't connect that little spot right there. Okay, let me just see if I can throw some light gray in there. Brush. What? Okay, back to the magic wand. Try this one. It's hard to remember what's supposed to be background and what's supposed to not be background. And this thing never wants to get out of the way. Unless you... Oh, I hit the line. There we go. If you accidentally hit the line, it grabs everything that's black. So... Magic wand again. So yeah, maybe one day I will get monetized on this stupid platform, and I will have to take this video, this live stream down because of the music in it. But we'll wait for that day to come. And we'll deal with it then. Or I'll just try and take the music out. Because supposedly you can do that now. Without even affecting your voice if you were talking over the music. I made this thing too complicated. But since I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be finishing this tonight because it's getting late, and some of you are on the East Coast like I am, and will probably want to go to bed. That line isn't supposed to be there. So I'll try and wrap it up pretty soon. Nope, can't do that one that way. That one, that one. Oh, that one got messed up too. Because it wasn't connected. Okay, let me fill those ones. And I can go back to the X, back to the brush, connect this. Oh. I still have a selection made. That's why. Nope. Okay, now I should be able to pull that out. Good. And where was that other spot over here? Brush. I'm still selected again. And then okay. How's that looking? Let me switch over here and then I can make it bigger for you. Nope, bigger. Not smaller, bigger. Can we get the whole thing here on the screen? There we go. Inside the curve of the D? There is no D. What are you talking about? Do you mean the D shape in the R? Inside the curve of the D. Oh, the R. You're talking about the R, and I see what you're talking about. Magic wand. Right there, I think, is what you were talking about. Brush. Brush. Need that bigger. The far left first letter? Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lock this one real quick. I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm just going to show you really nice bright color like my standard red that I always use. I'll show you where the letters are. Maybe that'll help. Where are the brackets? There they are. So the letters are... Why can't I? I must have a selection open. Okay. The letters are J, Z, T, R. Does that make sense? Does that help anyone see it? Okay, let me get rid of that. Go back to my main layer. Unlock it. And see if... You got good eyes, Angela. Clark Fine Art, you definitely have good eyes. Nope, I'm still on red. Is that the only one? I hate this thing getting in the way sometimes. Over here there was a thing I needed to do. That one. Nope. And let me get the eraser, because I know this line was not supposed to be here. And I could clean up. See, like, I'll go back through. Why is my eraser so... I don't know. Not solid. Oh, there's a spot there I can fix. But like any of these spots where I overlapped a little, I'll go around and I'll clean those up before I start putting any color into this, which clearly is not going to happen today. I did see a spot that was not connected, so that needs a connection. You know, and that's, you know, For those of you who watch the regular streams that I do, the art streams, would you want to see me finish this on Tuesday or do something different for that stream? And just post this when I'm done with it at some point. Let me know. But for now, I think that's where we're going to call it. This one's done. But just to have some fun, I will... Let me pick that color again. Red. Turn that off. Still have that, the small brush, right? So. That's how I do that. I also have a little symbol that I do for the dead in Dead Jester, which goes like this. Which is, if you can look at it, it's D, E, D. So, that's just some of the creative ways I like to play, you know, with text. I like to mess with text and typography and graffiti because it's fun for me. It scratches that part of my brain that painting this, which I like, but it doesn't scratch all the itches. You know what I mean? Clark Fine Art, that will never happen. That will never happen. If I do something out there, I use a completely different thing because I'm not stupid. I am not going to post on YouTube evidence of my crimes. Okay. So I think that's where we'll call it. If you're watching this later and you're not watching this live and you want to comment, you can comment here on YouTube or you can follow me on Patreon. There is a free tier. You can choose other tiers if you'd like, but there is a free tier, and that'll open up Discord for you. And in my Discord, it should open up Discord. For some reason, I can't get it to invite people the way it's supposed to. So, I may have to send you an invite if you sign up for my Patreon. But if you sign up for the Patreon, I will send you an invite to Discord. And there is a whole place in there for talking about topics in this episode. So the banana thing, the shredding thing, and the AI stuff. So yes, AI, it can be good. It could be used for good, but right now it's mostly being used to scam people. And that's upsetting. So yeah, I have Patreon, I have links, Clark Fine Art, who was graciously moderating, even though I told her she didn't have to. Thank you very much, Angela, for doing that. And I also said I was going to suggest some YouTubers that you should be watching instead of me. And number one, of course, is Angela, because she's here. Clark Fine Art, here on YouTube. Lots of watercolor stuff. If you're into watercolor or want to learn watercolor, Angela's a good place to go. Clark Fine Art, here on YouTube. Of course, there is also Lisa Lockery Fine Art. I would not be doing my streams if it weren't for Lisa, and my streams would not go as smoothly as if it wasn't for Clark Fine Art. So, thanks to both of them for everything they've ever done. who else did I want to mention? I put them in the description. Greg Crayola Simpkins, his like surrealist slash graffiti stuff is amazing. He has some of the best detailing I've seen in any paintings anywhere ever. If I could paint like someone, it would be him. 1000. I like 1000 here on YouTube. He also does graffiti mural stuff, but he does more murals than he does letters. But I like him for the way he edits and makes his videos. Every video he makes seems like it should be like, you know, an epic journey through like pain and suffering and finally the success and the glory. Like everything he does runs you straight through that. And then Smo Nova does graffiti works and some mural type painting stuff and 3D illusion stuff, and he has some of the best can control and like feathering with spray paint that I've ever seen. So if you're interested in any of the graffiti and mural type stuff, check those guys out. They're all really, really good. Okay, is that it? Buy my merch. You know, yeah. Thank you all for joining me. I hope we had fun. I hope you had fun or found some of this interesting. And I will see you all next time. This will be, if this show continues, we'll see how it does. But if this show continues, it'll be the third Sunday of every month. It says it in my banner if you go to my YouTube channel. Yeah. Hit the buttons, do the things, and I'll see you next time. Bye. And I'm not switching to my end screen. Hey, what's up everybody, and thanks for watching. First off, a big thanks to my moderators, Clark Fine Art and D. Lynn Creative Arts. Links in the description, go check them out, they're great. They really help out by keeping the chat lively and in order. But don't go anywhere just yet. There are other ways you can help support my channel, like checking out my Patreon, as others have, where you can follow for free or select a tier that fits your needs. You can hop on over to my website where you have access to my original arts as well as prints, and even check out the merch store where new stuff is added now and then. If you'd like to check out more of my stuff, you can do so by checking out some videos over here, or you can subscribe by clicking the thing here. And of course you can hit the buttons and do the things. YouTube loves it when you hit the like button, the subscribe button, ring the bell, and share it to all of your social medias. You rock, you're all awesome, and together we make great art. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.